Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. I hope you're having a good one because I am excited to be back. And I'm also kind of excited to see how much money we're going to be looking at once this plane drops off 10 berries. That sounds a lot. That sounds lame when you say it out. Once the plane drops off 10 berries. I want to see how much we're getting because I'm hoping that this line will finally start doing something. 1.4 million is acceptable. I'll take 1.4 million. We also have this train heading through with 44, I guess, crates of food on board, which is going to be dropped off in all of the various towns around here. So that's going to be beautiful. That's actually the first train with food on board that is going around this entire new setup. So that's actually going to be beautiful, is what it's going to be. It might cause some problems up in Great Yarmouth, but only one way to find out, and that's by letting it do its thing. Now, there was an interesting development between episodes, and we're going to need to go up to Rochester to see what that development was, because it turns out that we have a new plane. We have the Douglas DC-4, which can carry 15 people, where the DC-3 can carry 10. So I'm thinking it's probably not a bad idea to upgrade our passenger line to the Douglas DC-4. I've already forgotten what it was called. Managed vehicles, we'll go in here and replace, DC-4, passenger, Douglas DC-4. Let's go for that right there. So that's going to let us carry just a good amount of people on that line, hopefully making some money as we do. It's also kind of cool just seeing so many people wanting to go in and out of Rochester. I always love looking at this. I really do. I absolutely love looking at the fact that Rochester is reasonably popular. Now, what is going on here? What happened? Oh boy. Okay, what are we looking at here? So you, oh, I see. I see what's gone on here. I see where this has gone wrong. Interesting. Oh, that's 2 trains as well. Okay. Right. Yes. No, I can definitely tell where this has gone wrong. So get rid of you, get rid of you, and get rid of you. We'll get rid of this as well. And we're just going to bring this all the way back. And, let's bring this back a little bit further. A little tiny bit further. And let's just have this this branch off right about here. And that should work out nicely for us. So you are going to come down from that spot right there. And we're going to have this just cut in right about there. Now that will hopefully solve some of our problems. So if I go to signals, we have that one going that way. We have this one going that way. We can do one about there. We can do one about there as well. That should hopefully stop this from happening again. That's a very big hopefully, but I imagine it will. So you move up. You're going to have to go straight through that train. That's fine. Yeah, that should be fine. We should be able to avoid, that issue from happening again just by having that little short section there, which looks a little bit ugly, but it's fine. It's not a huge deal. I just kind of hope that this ends up working out. We have 293 berries sitting there right now. We have this guy coming down with 70 units of food on board. So yeah, hopefully that works out. And my thinking here as well is that bringing food into Henley and Arden is potentially going to help the town grow and potentially start giving more passengers onto the southern passenger line as well. So if that works out, that'll be absolutely fantastic. That'll be an absolutely beautiful thing for us. It's just going to be a case of seeing how it ends up going. So we got this guy coming in. I want to see if it drops anything off. So let's have a little bit of a look. You're coming through. You're stopping. What are we looking at? Nothing. Why? Why did you drop nothing off there? That's got me a little bit concerned. Henley and Arden. Let's have a look. You're unloading food. Now, why? Oh, I know what I've not done. Henley and Arden's one where we needed a truck and we totally forgot about it. Okay, no, that's fine. That's completely my fault. We can totally fix that. So let's go ahead and do something like this. Let's go ahead and configure this thing. So it's going to have the cargo platforms going a bit further back. I really need to increase the autosave interval. I really do. These autosaves are killing me. I mean, I appreciate them. Don't get me wrong. I recently played, what was I playing? Gas Station Simulator, which, by the way, by the time this video goes out, I think, youtube.com/ConflictNerd live, there should be, I don't know, there's like 3 gas station sim videos going up every day on that channel right now from a stream I did a while ago. Very fun game. Highly recommended. Also highly recommend checking out that game. But it's, man, it crashed a few times while I was playing it, and it's just really frustrating when that happens, because you're getting into a groove, and then it just, you know, absolutely yeets itself, and it's never fun. It's never fun dealing with that. But there we go. We'll get that going through there, and we'll set this up as, I guess, road cargo and Henley food delivery. And I guess it can just stay as sort of a brown line there, which is fair enough. So Henley food delivery right there. Now what vehicles are we going to put on that? I guess the new ones would probably be best. Do we have a road depot here? That is not a road depot. Do we have a road depot over this way that we can, yeah, we have one here. So let's take a little bit of a look and see what we're doing, because we got some new vehicles, which is kind of exciting. So it's looking like we're going to be using the tarpaulin truck. And I think we'll go for like 5 of them for now. We'll get them in that color. And it's going to be road cargo, and it's going to be Henley food delivery. So they can head out. They can do their thing. They're going to be a little bit faster than some of the other vehicles that we have, but that's okay. They're just going to be going around Henley. And that should start to, you know, get food out into Henley. Looking over here, Tenterden actually did get a bit of food. Not very much, though, by the looks of it, but it got something. And looking at you, you've got 49 on board, so let's see what exactly we're looking at in terms of this food delivery. I'm kind of hoping for a good bit of money, but I'm not going to hold my breath. What are we doing? 298,000. Okay. Again, that's okay, because, you know, it's gradual, right? It's gradually going to help to provide more stuff for the town. And I guess what we could do, just to help the town a little bit, is go ahead and put some bus stops in and around here to kind of let people just get around a little bit. So we'll go ahead and put one there. We'll put one there. We'll put one there. We'll put one about there. And actually, this one should probably be moved down towards the train station. So we'll go there instead of right there. And this will just be a loop around Tenterden. So down to here and just the entire way around the town. And it's looking like it's going to be that orange color, which is totally fine by me. So let's get you changed out for that and renamed into road passengers. It is road passengers, right? Yeah, RP and what is it? TENTERDEN. Tenterden Loop is what it's going to be. So we'll get that set up shortly. We should probably do the same thing down here in Henley in Arden as well. So we'll do a bus tram stop right there. We'll go for here. We'll go for here. And we'll just gradually sort of bring it around absolutely everything. Hopefully giving people, you know, enough connections to everything that they might want connected to. So that'll help people move around as well. We'll get that set up. Going to be a lovely shade of brown for these buses, which is fine, I guess. I think buses here are still blue. I haven't actually... This sounds like... It's weird to be like, I haven't seen a bus in a while, but I'm pretty sure they're still blue. And I think Belfast, the buses are like pink or something like that. I don't know, man. It's always weird talking about buses in Northern Ireland because, like, the colors only change, I think, when you get to Belfast. They're blue everywhere. Some of them have a bit of gold on them, but then Belfast is like, yeah, we have pink buses. And then you get to, like, mainland UK, and it's like, oh, yeah, no, every bus is a different color. You know, because you've got this company running buses, then you've got this company running buses, and this company running buses. And then you've got the trains. Like, the trains here all look the same as well. They're all blue. But then you get to mainland UK, and it's like, oh, this train is... This one's green. This one's red. This one's blue. That one's sort of gold. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's weird. I realize that's like probably kind of normal. Wait, what did we just do? That was this the Henley loop, I think? Road passengers, Henley loop. So we'll get a new line going here as well. I realize that's probably normal for a lot of places. But I like the way it's set up here. I like that, like, the buses are blue, the trains are blue, and Belfast is pink. All right, it's simple. It works, okay? It just does. Anyway, road passengers, Yatley, Yateley, loop, and we can go ahead and get all that set up as well. I also realize I probably should have added a stop down there, but I think that'll probably be close enough to the train station to be relatively useful. Although I could add a little stop right about there, and we could go in, manage the line, go to St. John's Road, have it loop around to there, and I think that'll be fine. So Yateley, Henley, and Tenterden all happen to need some vehicles. So let's take a little bit of a look and see what we have. In terms of passengers, we have this thing, which is kind of cool looking. So let's go for... Let's just grab 15 all in one go. And then the first lot are going to be... So this first 5 are going to be orange. And they're going to be sent off to road passengers, wherever they happen to be. Tenterden. This second lot are going to be that lovely shade of brown. And they're going to be going to road passengers Henley, wherever it happens to be. There it is right there. And then these guys are yellow, purple. Okay, purple. I think that purple. I'm not actually sure. Not sure what shade of purple. We'll go for that one. And that's going to be Yateley. So road passengers, Yateley. And away they go. So that'll be buses to go around each of those towns. We probably should do some buses around Littlehampton as well, now that I think about it. So we'll get that done while we're here. And we'll go and just do a nice road right about there, just so they can loop around in a useful kind of way. So let's have a bus stop there. This one might actually need 2 loops, to be completely honest with you. Because looking at it, it's just a very busy town. Very, very busy town. But we'll do one for now. We'll just have one that goes around sort of everything. Because I think, I mean, looking at the sort of influence range on these stops, I think we'll manage just the one. I think like this one kind of covers, yeah, they cover a really good amount of distance. So let's go here and grab you and just go the entire way around Littlehampton as well. And this will hopefully be a relatively popular line. Hopefully. Also looking at it, we need to go from here to there. And there we go. Let's get this thing in. So we're going to name road passengers. Littlehampton Loop. And we need to find it and make it bright yellow. So there we go. So bright yellow, that's perfectly fine by me. We'll get ourselves some buses for this as well. And I'm thinking Littlehampton's kind of got some development to it. So let's just go for 10 of them. Even though it's going to be excessive, I think. I've just absolutely no way it's going to need that. And we'll probably end up splitting it anyway. But for now, we'll do 10 of them and see how it works out. So that'll be passengers going around each of those 4 towns. And looking at it, Henley and Arden is actually quite busy in terms of passenger traffic. Tenterden, also kind of busy, which is a beautiful thing. Yateley, also kind of busy, and Littlehampton getting there already. So that's good. That's what we want. That is what we want to see. As for the rest of the towns, I mean, oh, I've just noticed something. This is, yeah, this is kind of full. 614. Oh my God. Okay, I think these guys are probably all showing up full now, aren't they? Interesting. Okay, where are the trains for all of this? So let's have a look at this line, and let's see where train 56 happens to be. So train 56 is just now coming into Littlehampton. And how much money are we looking at for those 9 units of food? 134,000. Okay. Well, that should be all right, because the thing is, it's now going to go around. It's just completed its first loop. it's now going to go around and it's finally going to start to, you know, fill up on things. We also have, hold on a minute. So machines delivery is picking up food. Is it supposed to be doing that? I feel like it's probably not, but looking at it, I mean, it does have a bit of influence on the food, doesn't it? I'll tell you what, let's get that set up differently, because I don't think the machines delivery line needs to be doing that. So it's not going to load up on food. We'll just turn food off right there. And then what we can do, so what is getting moved here? So silver to train, that's fine. So what we can do is set up a new line that's going to go from here down to there. And then we'll make it bright yellow. And it's going to be road cargo and I guess Littlehampton food delivery is what we can go for on that. Then in terms of terminals, I want the Littlehampton food delivery to share the terminal with the silver to train line, because essentially the silver to train line's just dropping things off anyway. And then we can probably expand this just a little bit to make sure that we don't end up in a situation where anything is getting lost. So we have that going. What we can do now is go in here, grab ourselves a few of these guys, and see how it works out. Let's go for 5 of them and make them bright yellow and put them on the right line. So road cargo, Littlehampton food delivery, and away they go. So that'll be a beautiful thing. We should also have another one of those blue train. Yep, no, that's not a blue train. Where is that a blue train? That is not a blue train. Where's the other blue train? Is that one? That is one. Are you moving food? You are moving a little bit. Okay. So that's fine, right? We have all of that going on. Now looking down this way, that's one of our blue trains. Now, are you going to be able to pick up any better speed once you hit the high-speed tracks? I don't think you can, because if I remember right, the wagons, I think, are limited to 50 miles per hour, so it's great that we have the high-speed rail here. It just, I don't think we can go faster than 50 right now, which is whatever, I suppose. I was also hoping that the doubled-up platforms would allow us to have a bit more in the way of berries there, but unfortunately it doesn't. Either way, this thing will fill up instantly, which is perfect. So immediately full and immediately it heads out. We still have 400 right there. So this thing is, you know, running full out there. The next one will come in and fill up immediately as well. And I imagine this place will fill up. I mean, you are, you're doing all right. I imagine this'll fill up kind of quickly because this plane is moving 10 as well. And that actually makes me curious about how much or how many berries are set up here. So not actually as many as I thought there would be. Admittedly, 46 or whatever. That has me kind of curious. How do you expand an airport to allow for more cargo? So if I put you there, that's a cargo terminal though. So how does this allow for like more cargo just sitting there? Or is that like a thing that we get later on? I guess it might be. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's not a huge deal because we are at least moving some berries, but that's definitely something to pay attention to. That is definitely going to be something to pay attention to. Now, something else to pay attention to is actually going to be this train right about here, because this guy having 200 berries on board, I estimated in the last episode that was probably going to equate to about $10 million once that gets dropped off here. I kind of want to see if I'm right, because that means that there's, you know, if that platform fills up, that's $30 million worth of coffee berries sitting just on the platform ready to go at any one time. And that's a lot of money. That is ridiculous amounts of money. And I think, you know, 3 or 4 deliveries of that, you know, if it's 4 trains, that's 40 million a run minimum, right? So that's kind of a big deal. That's kind of a huge deal. If we get the 4 trains full every time, this line, I think, will generate a profit regardless of how much we get paid by delivering the, oh, that thing's ugly, but that might be a useful cargo plane. Basically, yeah. Regardless of how much we deliver food to the towns, if this makes 10 million a pop just in the first delivery, that's good. That's really good. So let's take a peek. And what are we looking at? We're looking at 9.1. Okay. So 9, 18, 27, 36 million plus whatever else we end up making. I mean, this thing is... So this thing's not producing at all right now, which is... it's a little frustrating. I almost wonder if we should set these guys up to move right away and just leave this to produce. I wonder if that would be more efficient. So that when they cycle back around later on, they just pick up a bunch. I don't know. I don't know if that is worth doing, because the thing is, we have to keep in mind that 2 berries makes for 1 bean, which is a bit of a weird ratio, but regardless, 2 to 1 on the beans. So this thing should fill up with 100 coffee beans, and then that gets turned into 200 food. So I don't know. Regardless, it's not full, and we've got, what, 144 is going to be 72. So there's 72 crates of food that should be sitting here and ready to go by the time the next train gets here, I think. Not 100% sure on the math there. I'm pretty sure it's 72. So I guess that's fine. Did I say food? 72 crates of beans, which will turn into 144 crates of food. So yeah, this should work out. This should be profitable. Now that is train 58. Train 59 is on its way around as well, which is fantastic. And there is 210 sitting right there. So every one of those trains is going to be full. So I was right. We're looking at $36 million minimum on the very first stop of this line. And if this works out the way I'm hoping it does, by the time the trains cycle back around, we're hopefully going to be sitting with enough for each one to load up again. That's huge. That's genuinely huge. That's kind of cool. I like that a lot. I guess at this point I am wondering, do we want to set this up to include this coffee farm as well? Because I feel like we could, and I feel like if we include the second coffee farm, well, we could just have the bigger planes would help as well. But I feel like if we include the second coffee farm, we could get more trains going around, and I feel like that would be a pretty huge deal. I really do. Now, let's take a little look at these cargo planes and see what they're about. So let's see, the SkyTrain can do. So C-49 SkyTrain can move a capacity of 10. This guy can move a capacity of 14. But is that maybe cargo and passengers? I actually don't know. I don't know for sure how the Bristol Freighter actually works. So let's buy one. Let's make it blue. Let's put it on the coffee line. And let's see what it does. So if I click on you, how exactly does this thing work? So it's set up to come in here. It opens at the front. That's kind of cool. All right. Is it faster or is it slower? It's got to be slower, right? It's probably going to be slower. 217, 200. It's faster, and it can carry more. Okay. Suddenly, I'm tempted to replace the Douglas C-49 SkyTrain completely with the Bristol Freighter, which is it's not a pretty. It is not a pretty looking plane. Well, it's pretty in its own way, right? It's pretty in its own way, which is how people have talked about me before. So, you know, it does all right. This thing is a more traditionally beautiful looking plane, I guess you could say. Yeah, that's what we'll go for. I'll tell you what. Let's manage vehicles, replace all of them with the Bristol Freighter, and see how that goes. I think I do think it can only carry, you know, like one type of thing, but I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting seeing those planes going about regardless. I'm just honestly, I absolutely love the fact that this is just an easy, 9.1, pretty much 9.2 million. And then this thing should, I was going to say it would fill up kind of quickly. It really didn't. How are you doing? So there's a lot stored right there. It's just the production's kind of slow on this thing. Huh. Okay. That's fine. These guys are, doing whatever they need to do. I do want to have a look at the passenger lines though. Yeah. So the passenger train line here is suddenly kind of busy, which is interesting. The passenger line here also kind of busy. So where is the southern line right now? Also, I've just noticed the skybox. I think I've looked at that before, but that's weird looking. This is also crazy busy as well. So the southern line is, well, I mean, that's the base of it, I guess. So let me pin the southern line. Let me look at this train. So it's right about here. And sounds kind of weird. I think it sounds weird because I'm technically viewing it twice though. So it's gonna stop, which is fine. It'll then sort of cut across. And I want to see how much it makes. And I want to see if it fills up because there's so many people waiting in Henley and Arden right now. We also just got like 328,000 from that food delivery, which is fantastic. So you guys are all kind of waiting. 1.3 million right there. And the train is full. Now that's kind of a big deal. As for train 47, it is on its way here as well. I feel like we need more. I feel like a frequency of 15 minutes is not enough. I'm not 100% sure that doubling the trains is a good idea, but I think that's maybe what we're going to do. Also, are those the most up-to-date wagons? They're not. Now, that's interesting. That's very interesting because the Class A4 can do 90 miles per hour. This wagon can do 75. So we could technically get these trains up to 75 miles per hour, which is kind of a big deal. So what's the capacity right now? 255 per train. So if we take these guys out, we get you in red, and we add a bunch of them. We can go up to 260 per train. We could do 280 per train. I think that would be okay. We'll go up to 280 per train there as well. It'd be nice to go to 300, but we'll do 280 per train, and we'll get that modification done. And I'm going to duplicate them. It's probably a really bad idea to duplicate them, but it's what I'm going to do. Because here's my thinking. We do have some high-speed rail around here. And even though we're going to end up in a situation where the trains are getting slowed down by the other wagons, I think that's okay. I do think that's okay. And I think what we could probably do as well, just while we're here, is start upgrading some sections of track so that at the very least, some of this is actually, high speed. Now, it's not going to be all of it. I'm not going to go around every single track that we have and upgrade everything to high speed because I just cannot be bothered doing that right now. That is probably something I'm going to have to do at some point, but we'll get started in this upgrade, and that's going to be better than nothing. I'm just going to say it'd be really nice if there was a mod for this game where you could like press a button and it would just like upgrade everything to high speed, because this is just tedious. I'm just gonna say it. It's just tedious having to do this. I'm not a huge fan of having to upgrade it this way. It feels like it takes forever. It doesn't. I mean, I'm going around and upgrading pretty well here, but it feels like it takes forever, even though it doesn't. So, it'd be a nice mod, is all I'm saying. There's a lot of mods for convenience in this game. It'd be nice if that was one as well. Now, this whole section here is gonna need a bit of an upgrade too. And I'm thinking the southern, I'm apparently developing I'm developing a bit of a lisp. The southern line is, I think it ends in Littlehampton. I think. Let's have a bit of a look over here and just double check. So southern line, where do you go to? Yeah, so it ends in Littlehampton. It goes as far as Morton Hampstead. So we'll just upgrade everything over as far as Morton Hampstead. I think that's probably fair enough. That way, again, at least some of the trains can run at a decent speed until they get to Morton Hampstead. So up to about there, and I guess this whole mess gets upgraded as well. That seems fair enough. So up to about there, and all of you as well. So now that that's done, if we go in and have a look at, not that train, we're looking for one of these passenger ones. So this one right here. This guy, in theory, should be able to get up to a good speed. If we look at, so that's train 47. Where's train 46? Train 46 is right here. And it's currently doing 51. Okay, there we go. So yeah, train 46 can get up to some pretty good speeds, which is perfect. Now, again, it is going to have to slow down if it, you know, approaches another train, but this is good. This is our first little taste of higher speeds with our trains, which I'm kind of excited about. That's kind of cool. It also means that as soon as we unlock higher speed cargo wagons, then I guess that's probably the point where we're going to want to upgrade just about everything, which is going to suck. I'm just going to say it. It is going to suck having to upgrade the cargo wagons. I don't mind too much. It's the tracks, man. I really don't want to have to upgrade all of the tracks. That's what I'm saying. You know, a mod would be amazing. A mod would be fantastic. Also, do you hang out at the station? No, you don't. Absolutely perfect length right there. That is what you want to see. That is absolutely what you want to see right there. That is perfect. Now, these guys did get some food. That's lovely. This right here is going to fill up 2 trains nice and easily. And I want to have a look at you. So you got 14 berries on board. We got another one coming in with berries as well. What do we earn for 14 berries? That's the obviously important question here. What exactly are we going to earn? So that's going to be 2 million. Pretty much 2 million flat as well. So that's kind of a beautiful thing. Now, let me have a little look at vehicles again, because okay, so the DC-4 does 15 passengers at 226 miles per hour. This would do 14 at 217. So that's fine. That's totally fine. So we'll keep the DC-4 in the passenger lines. I do want to have a look at my lines though, because I want to see my planes are right here. They're doing okay. 5 million in profit is nothing to sniff at. So that's all right. And if we look over here, do we have many people waiting in, where's Ashton? Ashton's down here. Do we have many people waiting at the airport? We have 28. That's not bad. That's actually respectable. I'm actually okay with that. And I'm also going to change I'm going to change this line to not be yellow anymore. I want it to be red. I think red's going to look better on these planes anyway. So, you manage vehicles, make them red. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I like that a lot more. Honestly, I just love this style of plane. I really do. I love the chrome on the plane. I think it looks so cool. It's such a good look. Like I can't stress enough. Like I think it was the DC-3. Let's see. Yeah, the DC-3 is like all chrome. That's beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. I really do. I think the chrome is just incredible looking. I don't know. I've always liked that aesthetic for planes. There's just something about it. And then you've got like some trains from this era as well, from like the 50s, I think, where like they're all chrome as well. I don't know. There's probably a name for like the style, because it's like I don't know. If you Google like chrome vintage chrome train or something like that, I'm sure it'll come up. But there's some beautiful looking trains and planes that were just like chrome and really shiny. It's just, you know what it is? It's like anytime like sci-fi stuff was done in like the 50s and sort of the 60s as well, like everything was chrome. So it's kind of that, I guess. It's sort of that aesthetic as well that I really like. I don't know. I just think, I really do think that's a beautiful looking plane. Like the lines on the livery, the chrome underneath, the engines being set into the wings rather than underneath. It's just, mwah, it's beautiful. You know what I've just realized? We have food deliveries to Great Yarmouth, but we don't actually have food deliveries to Great Yarmouth. So let's get food deliveries to Great Yarmouth over here because we kind of need food deliveries to Great Yarmouth. So we'll keep it nice and simple. We'll just go for this guy right about there. We can expand this back. We can expand it forward as well a little bit. But we'll expand it back to about, we'll go to about there, I guess. And that'll be fine. And basically, we're going to need to go ahead and get ourselves a truck unload stop, which can go right about there. And that's going to be how we're getting food into Great Yarmouth itself. So from there to there, and that'll be fine. So let's get it to be bright pink. Let's go road cargo, and it's going to be Great Yarmouth food delivery. And that'll be fine. Let's get ourselves a vehicle, which we can't do in Great Yarmouth, apparently. Interesting. Okay. Where do we get vehicles from for Great Yarmouth then? I mean, I could just build a thing, but we'll get them from Bournemouth. So right here, we're going to go for this guy in, we'll get 5 of them in bright pink. And they can go to road cargo, Great Yarmouth food delivery. And that will hopefully start up the deliveries in and around Great Yarmouth. Now, I am thinking that we're going to do one last little thing nice and quickly before we wrap up today's episode, because I want to try something. I think this is probably going to be kind of silly, but I want to try something. I want to modify this, and actually it already has, wait, it has a main building. It doesn't have a passenger terminal. So I want to give it a passenger terminal. And we're going to set up a line that goes from Rochester Airport to Henley and Arden Airport. And we're basically going to bring, well, I guess we could get a new road in here as well. So we'll grab, let's see, this small country road. We'll bring it sort of straight down to about there. And we're going to just sort of bring it sort of following the train track a little bit. And then I want it to sort of cross over the train track a little bit. So something like that. And then it can sort of go down that way. I think maybe a little bit closer to about there. And I think, yeah, that's fine. This can sort of loop through those trees. It can go straight over to here. And it can go something like that. So that's going to give us access to Henley and Arden from the airport. And basically what I'm going to do is set up a line. It's that simple. We're going to set up a line and see if people use it. So we'll have it go to, I guess that's the passenger thing, but that's the main building. So we'll have it go right in front of the main building. And let's see. So it's going to go from there. I think it's going to go down into, I think it should go to the train station, to be honest. I do think having it go that way would be kind of good. And maybe there as well. So that can be road passengers, and it's going to be Henley shuttle is what we're going to call it. And for Henley, it needs to be, I really don't, you know what? I kind of want to change the color. I'm not a huge fan of the brown there. So let's go for dark blue. I think we'll go for that dark blue. We can change the vehicle shortly because we need to go to road cargo and change up that as well. So where are we looking? Henley is right there. So there we go. Nice and dark blue. We'll switch over to, okay, am I going to have to, I'm going to have to grab each of the lines, aren't I? Okay. So this guy, let's pin it for a second. Let me manage the vehicles and set you guys to dark blue. And then on the shuttle, we don't need to worry about that. Then on this guy, we do need to worry about that. So you guys are going to be dark blue as well. And that's just going to look a little bit better, I think. So that'll be fine. We are going to need to get some vehicles though. So that's going to be over to, where is it over to? It's over to here, isn't it? So we want to probably grab maybe, I don't know, probably don't need too much for this. We'll grab like 3 buses, get them in the right color. and set them on the, where is it? Road passengers, Henley. I saw it. Shuttle right there. So that'll be all right. That'll give us, you know, access by plane down to here. And I guess what we can do is set up a line from Henley and Arden Airport going all the way up to Rochester. So right to about there. We'll make this one blue as well. And I guess it's air passengers. And how do we do air passengers? Where do we start? Rochester to Henley, I guess. So air passengers, Rochester to Henley. And that'll be something, I suppose. Actually, we have multiple terminals, right? Yeah. So let's put you in Terminal 1. Let's put you in Terminal 2. And that'll kind of split them up a little bit. Then in terms of planes, we'll grab ourselves another few of the DC-4s. We'll go for like, I'm going to say 4 of them for now. We'll get them in the nice dark blue and we'll set them on that line right there. And I don't expect it to be massively popular, but I just want more planes. I just want more planes going around. So, you know, while it's not going to be hugely popular, it'll be nice to have, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking. It'll be an interesting sort of luxurious way to fly from north to south without having to, well, travel from north to south without having to get a train. Now this is concerning. How many people are wanting to move here? There's 289 people wanting on the southern line right now. That's well, actually, I was going to say that's a lot of people. It is a lot of people, but admittedly, oh god, there's 235 on that train. Admittedly, if everyone gets off, we can almost fill, well, we can fill this entire train and almost pick up everybody, so we'll see how this goes. What are we looking at here? 4.7 million. And I'm assuming everybody's going to get off that train, which it looks like they did. And then I would assume this train's going to fill up, which it looks like it's going to. It absolutely did. Okay, so now we're down to, oh wow, a lot of people wanting on the Western line now. We should probably upgrade the Western line as well, because it's still using the older carriages. So upgrading it probably wouldn't be the worst idea in the world, but we'll hold off on doing that as well, just to see how things go down here. Because you know, as nice as this is, having, you know, passenger capabilities down here now, I don't expect it to really do much. Oh, I take that back. There's people wanting out to the shuttle. Okay. That's actually kind of surprised me. I'm not going to lie. That's, wow. All right. Okay, that's cool. Why did this building just get demolished? What's been built in its place? An industrial building just built this year. Okay. We got more stuff falling over there in favor of a residential building. Okay, wait, there's only 12 people in there. That doesn't seem right. That's a pretty big building for 12 people, I'm gonna be honest, but I'm not gonna judge. I'm not judging, but I'm judging. So 267,000 there. How much for you? What are you gonna do for me? Gonna be looking at 2.8 million. Okay. Well, oh, you know, I've just realized. That's so many people. Oh my god, I've not seen this kind of thing outside of city skylines. What? And most of them are stopping for a bus. Oh my god, where are you all going? There's so many of you wanting on the shuttle. And so many of you want around the loop as well. Okay, suddenly I think we need more vehicles. Actually, how many can you carry? 10? Yeah, we're gonna need more. Let's duplicate all of them. That is actually kind of nuts. So that's gonna be a lot of people wanting out to, wow. That is gonna be so many people wanting out to the planes. How many people are on board you? Okay, 46, that's good. I'm imagining most of them got off there, which is, you know, there's another big group of people. Good lord. That's actually kind of surprising. Let's add like 2 more vehicles to the shuttle and see how that ends up working out for us. I'm actually genuinely kind of surprised at this. I was not expecting, you know, that kind of popularity from the line. That's genuinely surprised me, but that's good because it means we're gonna get money. It's gonna be people wanting to go up to Rochester and then probably on to somewhere else. So basically, we're making the world smaller, and I mean that in a good way. We're making it easier for people to get around, which is beautiful news. Now that's interesting. We've got a pretty considerable excess of fuel and sand down here, which is, I mean, this guy's still making lots of money, but that's interesting. It's interesting because most of the trains are empty and on their way back in one form or another. And then looking at you, the bricks delivery line is also kind of small. So I think what's going on, I think the issue that we're running into here is that despite the fact that we have 5 trains in this line, the frequency is still 14 minutes because of how long it is. Because we're doing that whole thing with, you know, the same train kind of does the same thing. Now, there's kind of 2 ways we can look at this, and because we're making so much money, I'm going to go with the intentionally stupid one. And I want to say that because I'm basically going to just get more trains. And I know that the optimal, you know, way to fix this problem is not by getting more trains. Not necessarily. The way to do it would be to split the line so that, you know, these guys are moving sand out to there and then different trains are taking the sand to different places. That would be the smart way to do things. That would be the way to sort of optimize this, get everything in line. But we're making so much money that I feel kind of confident in doing something stupid. So I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm gonna get 3 more trains and I'm gonna put them on there. And then for the fuel delivery line, I'm going to duplicate. We're going to go for 8 trains total on that line. And we'll see how that goes. We'll see if that ends up working out for us. I have my doubts. Don't get me wrong. I am by no way expecting this to go perfectly. I'm not expecting it to be a miracle, but I'm curious. I'm curious to see how it goes. Now, there is a good amount of food sitting right there, which is lovely to see. We have some coffee beans sitting here as well. Only 43, but are you producing? You are, so that's good. And then I'm thinking all these towns, yeah, they're getting a little bit of food. Whitby's not getting as much as I'd like, but at the very least, Whitby does have a train line going right through the middle of the town, and that's cool enough. So I'm not really too worried about it not getting as much food as it would like. Because, you know, in time, it will absolutely get the food that it wants. I'm blown away at the fact that the shuttle line is actually popular. I'm blown away at the fact that people actually want to get on a plane out of here. That's cool. Are you guys have passengers? No. That's a shame. It'd be cool if they did. It'd be really cool if they had passengers coming in there. But I guess what we can do is take a bit of a look at Rochester and see if anyone up here is interested in traveling by air. Yeah, there's one. There's one guy. One guy looked at the sign and saw he could go to Ashton or Henley and thought, you know what, lads? Henley it is. And I respect it. I respect that decision is what I do. You know what else I respect? Wrapping up a video before it gets way too long. So that's what I'm gonna do. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. I do want to say one thing, which is if you have any suggestions, any ideas, anything you'd like to see happen with this series, just whatever, any kind of challenge or something we should do with all the money that we have, do let me know in the comment section below, because that's one thing with this game is we've kind of got to the point, it's very similar to Software Inc. in the sense that we have more money than we can potentially spend. That's why I'm not really too worried about spending, you know, however many million I just spent on those new trains, because we have $2.8 billion, right? I don't think we need to worry too much about, you know, about anything really right now. So yeah, I would be curious to hear your suggestions for what we should do. So leave those down in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.